Hi everyone, Bobbie LaPorte here again with my weekly tip for your best next move, where I help you have more agency in your work, acknowledge your capacity to act, and see what you can do right now. So this week, I'd like to touch briefly on your relationships at work. There's no doubt that the pandemic has affected our professional relationships, some for the positive. For example, many of us have learned more about our coworkers, and perhaps that has made us more appreciative of them. And we've also learned new ways to collaborate and rely on others to appreciate their talents and their strengths. But working virtually has no doubt also put a strain on many of our relationships. We miss the face-to-face connection where we have the full in-person experience to inform our interactions with others. We're all stressed, dealing with cognitive overload, and that often leads to more short, sometimes terse exchanges. And your team members might seem more distant and aloof at times. That's a common behavior when stress and uncertainty tend to lead to a go-it-alone mentality. Well, I'm bringing this up because I spoke with a number of clients this past week who are dealing with challenging professional relationships. In some cases, they were upset. In others, they were confused about how things got to this point. And in others, they were even throwing in the towel and have stopped trying to figure out how to make an important relationship work. These are all common reactions when we're dealing with the ongoing challenges of working in an environment of unrelenting uncertainty. So if you're experiencing anything like these, what do you do? How do you move forward? What is your best next step in these cases, since doing nothing is probably not an option? Well, here's my tip, and this may surprise you, but my guidance here for your best next step is simple. Don't judge. That's right. Don't make any judgments about the other person. We're all dealing with something extra, an additional burden during these challenging times. And even if you feel you know that other person well, you likely don't know everything that's going on in their life. Just reflect on your own situation, as an example, and find the empathy to look at the situation with this particular work relationship dispassionately and without judgment. That's your first best next move. After that, you can decide what your next step is. Maybe upon reflection, it's really not that significant an issue and you can let it go. In other cases, the relationship might be very important to you, like a boss whose support and advocacy you really need, or a colleague who can make your and their success easier if you can find common ground. The approach will be different for everyone, but the starting point is to withhold judgment until you decide what the next step should be. So in these cases, your best next step, seeing what you can do right now, is not to act and not to judge. So that's my tip for this week. Let me know if you're dealing with a real-world situation, and we'll hash it out in a future video. I'll see you next Monday. In the meantime, have a great week and take care of yourself.